Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back once again. It is me, MOLT. So happy to be here with you guys today. I'm going to have some Bloons gameplay playing in the background, but this is going to be our second episode of Real Talk, guys. I went through so many of the comments. It's unreal how many comments you guys left on the last video. There's a lot of likes. There's also, there's not that many dislikes, but there are There's 5,577 comments, guys. I literally can't even read all those. A lot of them are you guys talking back and forth, which is fine. I want you to do that. I want you to do that because obviously I'm not going to be able to get to all of them. I'm not going to be able to answer every individual person's questions. So I just want y'all to know that up front. I want y'all to know that my goal in this is to have a place where you can let stuff out, where you can talk, and where hopefully I can give you a little bit of insight into what I personally think you should do. Now, obviously, you know I'm not a therapist. I'm not anybody that went to school for this. I've just been through stuff, and obviously I haven't been through a lot of the stuff that you guys have, but I've been through some stuff, and I want to try my best to help you guys out with whatever you're going through, and really just trying to add an ounce of positivity to your day, guys, because really being positive it's so important. Like you make a decision to be negative. You make a decision to be sad. You make a decision to focus on the negative things. Like, it's your decision. I do it as well. Like, I get upset when stuff happens, and then I step back and I'm like, okay, do I want to continue being upset, or do I want to find something that I can be positive about? Do I want to find something that I can put time into, and something that I can invest in to try and make myself feel better? And if you feel alone, which a lot of you guys, it seems like in the comments, you say you feel alone, you're bullied, and everything. And I wrote down some real talk questions right here to go over from reading through a bunch of y'all's things. But first of all, if you feel alone and you feel like there's no way out, I promise you that, first of all, taking your life is never what you should do. That's never the right option. I promise you that it never, it's not going to solve, like, you're in such a small place in your life. Our lives last such a long time, guys, and there are stages. The last probably 2 years of my life, I've gone through a lot of stuff, a lot of sadness, a lot of depression, a lot of loneliness, even though I have you guys, even though I go on all these trips, even though I go to Finland, even though I have a YouTube channel and it's successful and all that kind of stuff, I still get sad. I still get lonely. And, you know, it really is a conscious, active decision to decide how you're going to move forward in your life. And I promise you, you'll be a better person for it. Like, when you go through trials and you go through stuff like that, it prepares you for other things down the road to where you can say, I've been here before. And that's something that's always helped me out, is being able to say, I've been here before. I used to be very anxious. I had an anxiety attack, and I went to the hospital for it. I was freaking out. I thought I was having a heart attack, but I just realized it was an anxiety attack afterwards. And I would feel like I was going to pass out, all this kind of stuff. I just didn't really feel well. I was always like terrified. I had a very big sense of dread about me for a long time. And as those little phases would leave, so it'd be like, all right, super anxious, terrified, okay, it's going away. I'd sleep, I'd wake up, I'd be fine. I'd get another one, it'd go away. And after a while, I was able to look at it and say, I've been here before, and I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like, nothing happened to me. I had an anxiety attack. Nothing physically was wrong. I was just mentally freaking out, and I felt like I was going to pass out. I didn't pass out. I was fine. So know that as well, guys. Guys, put that through your head whenever you're going through things. Say, I've been here before. I've been here before, and I've made it out okay. Thinking like that will really, really help you out. So I'm going to go ahead and just jump into some of these. And guys, I'm just going to have a real conversation with you. A lot of you are going to disagree with me. A lot of you guys are going to have your own beliefs. And that's fine. My goal here isn't to act like I'm somebody special, or to say that I don't agree with you, or you're blah, 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 whatever. So just know that, okay? First of all, dealing with a parent or a family member dying. I've had relatives die, like grandparents that I've been close to. None of my parents have passed away, so I've been blessed enough to not have that happen. First of all, the biggest thing is after somebody dies, obviously they're gone. They're not coming back in the realist sense. As sad as it is, that's the truth. And in my opinion, the only way to get through that kind of stuff is to talk to people who've been there before. So if you have friends or relatives who have been there before, if you have a friend who lost a parent or someone, it's better when you have someone to go through that kind of stuff with, that you can talk to. If you don't have anybody there, then my thing for you would be to just focus on the time that you had with them, even if it was short. Because that's what they would want you to do. That's the thing that I've always tried to think about whenever people pass away or leave or whatever, is thinking, what would they want from me? Would my mom, would my dad, would my grandmother want me to sit here and be sad? And guys, sadness is acceptable. It makes sense. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be sad. But it's not okay to allow that sadness or that depression to control your life or the trajectory of your life. Use those times of sadness, use those times of weakness to build your character, to help you become a more confident person who, because of losing someone that you love so much, you're able to love other people well and realize the shortness of this life. That's a big thing, guys, in the concept of eternity and how long the world has been around and how long it's going to be around. We're only here for a breath. We're here for a very, very short time. And whenever you lose someone and realize, that helps you realize how short it is, and in turn make you really focus on living life and being positive. Like, when you realize that, when someone passes away, it kind of makes you think, like, I've been wasted. Like, what if I passed away and when I died, the week before, I was just angry. I was just angry and upset. You know what I mean? Like, that's not how you'd want to go. So use that. Use those hard times. Use losing people to help you love others well, to help you be thankful for people that you have in your life and treat them right. Not be mean, not be rude. Not saying that many of you guys are. But you just have to try and use that, because, again, like, it sucks that it happens. It really does. And I can't apologize enough for it. I can't bring people back. The only thing that you can do is accept it and move on and remember them for who they are, and remember them for who they would want you to remember them as, and how they would want you to respond. Because I know that if one of my parents passed away, they would want me to rejoice the life that I had with them, to remember the times that we had laughing and smiling, look back at pictures, watch videos if you have them, and remember them for who they were, not the fact that they aren't there anymore, you know? Another one, dealing with parents. Divorced parents, guys. That's hard. That's a hard one. Like I said in the last one, I'm divorced due to some stuff that happened between my wife and I. I didn't have kids, obviously, but it's hard, and I can understand how it would affect you as the child. Now, a lot of my Young Life kids, first of all, if you live in the United States and you are in high school, look up and see if there is Young Life at your school. Just type in Young Life your school or Young Life your city and see. And if there is, go to it. Okay, go to it, because I promise you that it'll make you, it'll provide a lot for you. I'm a Young Life leader, so I help high school kids out all the time. But if your parents are divorced, that's not your decision, and it's not your fault. Never think that is your fault, because it's not. If they're blaming something on you or saying that you're too hard of a child so they're getting a divorce, no. That's a cop-out. That's their decision. And it's sad. It's sad. One thing I would say for you to make it easier, don't pick sides. Even if, say, your mom or your dad, one of them had an affair, or one of them is trying to leave because they're not happy anymore, don't pick sides, but don't tell the other one that you're not picking sides. Like, just love them. Just love them for who they are, and be there for them. And who knows? Like, I've heard a lot of stories of people getting divorced and then getting back together. And if you're positive and you help encourage them and love them through that and be there for them, then you could very easily be a source for that reconciliation in the future. So if your parents are divorced or getting divorced and it's hard on you, I would just try not to add to their stress, and just love them as best you can. Make them, I think I might have said this in the other one, think of things you can do to help them remember that they like each other, that they love each other, So make dinner for them. If your mom goes to the grocery store, I don't know what it is. I'm just saying, or be like, hey, can I cook dinner for you guys tonight? Just try and help them out. And I'm not saying that it's going to make them not get divorced, but it might help out. And again, the biggest thing with that, guys, is never blame it on yourself. Never blame it on yourself. Never think that it's because of you, because it's not. And if they say that it is, then they need to grow up, because that's pretty ignorant and irresponsible of them to try and put something on you like that. All right, now we're gonna switch things up again. We're back and forth. We're back and forth through all of this. So being shy around people that you like. I understand that. I get that. I was shy around girls that I liked for a very long time. And a lot of times it sucks because it's like, you're the nice boy. Like, the nice boy. Yeah, sure. Girls always picks the bad boys. If they pick them, you don't want to be with them. Even if they're cute and you like them, you don't want to be with them. I promise you'll get over it. But if you like somebody and they like you back and you're shy around them, think about the fact that you know that they like you. They like you for a reason. And being shy and nervous and having butterflies is okay, because I even get that with my girlfriend. If we're going to go out on a date, I get a little butterfly or nervous, oh, I'm excited to see her, you know what I mean? But if you're shy around somebody, just be yourself. That's why they like you. That is why they like you. And if you can't be yourself around the person that you're dating, then you probably shouldn't be dating them, or you probably shouldn't be liking them. You want to be you. You never want to be anybody else. I'm weird. I'm loud. I can be annoying, all this kind of stuff. And my girlfriend is totally cool with it. And that's why I'm with her. So if you guys have somebody that you like, and you're currently talking or whatnot, and you're worried about being shy, you don't know what to say, just be yourself. Treat them like one of the guys from the standpoint of them being a friend, but don't treat them like one of the guys where you hit them and fart around them and stuff. Whatever. You know what I'm saying. Just be yourself. That's the biggest thing. If you're shy, if you go up and talk to them and you say something stupid, then acknowledge it and be like, yep, I'm nervous because I like you, or something like that. And I promise you, it'll be fine. And again, if somebody ends up not liking you, it's not the end of the world. I've had a lot of girlfriends. I've gone through all of those relationships, and I know what it's like to be nervous, but I also know what it's like to make it through on the other side, and just realize that okay, they weren't the one for you, and you can find somebody better. So let's go on to another one right here, guys. Sometimes your parents may have different beliefs than you. Whether it becomes to religious beliefs or whatever, they're your parents. They birthed you, okay? You need to be respectful to them. I promise you, if you're respectful and loving to your parents, it's going to make everything a lot easier. I was a little punk when I turned 15 to 17 and 18. I was rude to my mom, and it just wasn't good. It made things worse. I can promise you that giving your parents attitude or being rude or anything like that is not worth it, and it will not make things better. So just keep that in mind as you work through those relationships. If they have different beliefs than you, continue pursuing your beliefs while respecting theirs. Just say hey, I'll go, if they want you to go to mass with them or some kind of service, go with them, and then ask, okay, I'll go with you guys to this, but can I please go to mine with my friends or with myself, whatever. Just because you go to their thing doesn't mean that you believe what they believe. It just means that you're loving them and and respecting them by being with them. So that's one thing I would say. You're allowed to have your own beliefs, but you need to be respectful of others and other people's beliefs. That's why in this, I'm never like condoning anyone. I love everybody. I love you all. I would never say that I hate anybody. I would say that I disagree with you, but disagreeing with someone isn't wrong. Everybody doesn't have the same beliefs. That's true. And I'm going to respect you for your beliefs, but I will disagree with some of the things that people say because that's just not what I believe. Physical fights. Never get into a physical fight, guys. It's not going to solve anything. Like, oh, cool, I punched the guy and knocked him out. Wow, good for you. If somebody's picking on you and you could beat them up, be the bigger man and don't beat them up. One thing about, and for those of you that aren't Christians, you won't believe this, but Jesus, who was on the cross, he died for us. He died for me to forgive us of all of our sins, all the negativity in our lives. He was on the cross, and he made the world. He could come down off the cross, and people are mocking him, saying, hey, why don't you come off the cross? Like, okay, why don't you come down off the cross if you really can? And he didn't, because he was a bigger man, and he knew that he had something to be done. So for you, if somebody's picking on you and you could beat them up, be the bigger man and don't. You know what I mean? Like, I promise you that's the overall, like, in the long run, you might be bullied for 2 years. You might be bullied for 4 years. You might be bullied for even longer than that. But after it's all done, you're going to be a better person for it. You're going to understand how to push through that kind of stuff. And I promise you, like, I don't get bullied anymore. I get bullied by young people. But once you're an adult, you're not really going to get bullied as much because people kind of grow out of that. So just know that if someone's bullying you, physical fights are not the answer, even if you could beat them up. Be the bigger man, because people probably know that you could beat them up, especially if you're better. And then other people are going to be thinking like, wow, he could totally punch that guy in the face, and he's not. That's pretty cool. So just keep that in mind. Physical fights, never the answer. In my opinion, I just don't think that that's right. Be the bigger man. Be the bigger woman. That's what I always think in those kinds of scenarios. Racism. Some of you are dealing with racism, and people, so maybe you're Arabic or Islamic, or I forgot what it was, but somebody said something along the lines of like people calling you a terrorist and everything like that. They're seeking attention so badly from their friends and people that it's just sad. Like, honestly, that racism blows my mind. The fact that people can box others in, because there are white people that have assassinated presidents. Does that make me someone that's going to go around and kill people? No, it's stupid. Like, every race has done everything for the most part. Like, an act of terrorism. So there are terrorists that attack America, okay? There are Americans that have assassinated presidents, which is an act of terror. There are people that have blown up. There are Americans that have set off bombs. That is an act of terror. Does that make Americans terrorists against Americans? No. Racism is very, very ignorant and dumb. If someone is being racist towards you, never come back. More negativity, responding to negativity is only going to make things worse. I promise you that. You have to do research. If somebody's calling you out on stuff, do research, and in a respectful way, just like own somebody. And so someone's saying, okay, you blew up the World Trade Centers or something. Well, first of all, no, you didn't. That's ignorant. Bring up other people in that from their race and just be like, I mean, all of these people have committed acts of terror, but I'm not calling you a terrorist because you're not. You know what I mean? Like, say, you're not a terrorist even though these people did this. And they might say something along the mass scale, blah, 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 whatever. Overall, it's just them being ignorant and just stupid and childish. Even adults that are racist need to grow up. Racism is so wrong and just so unreal and illogical. So if you're the act of bullying towards racism and people bully you for your race, you can't change who you are. You can't change your race. And so the biggest thing, guys, is just, is it worth it? Like, can you do anything about it? No, you can't do anything about your race. Don't try and change who you are. And just know, you have to know, okay, I'm not doing anything wrong. They can think that I am if they want to, whatever. So that's my general consensus on racism. All right, so breaking up with your girlfriend or boyfriend. Everybody breaks up. Like I said, I've broken up with a lot of girlfriends. I've gotten a divorce. I've been there. I know what it's like to break up with someone, even when you think that you love them. I loved my wife very much, but things just didn't work out on her side. So it was like, all right, I'll move on, and then God has provided me with an amazing girlfriend now that I genuinely think that he put into my life for a reason, because she's perfect for me. And that's the thing, guys. You might lose somebody, but by losing them, you'll find somebody better. So if you break up with someone, if they say they don't like you anymore, if they break up with you, then you don't want to be with them. You don't want to be with somebody that wants to break up with you. And it's going to suck. You're going to miss them. It might take a while. It sucked for me for like a year and a half after my divorce. So it was a long time. And you just need to realize that there are other people out there. There are millions and millions and millions of people on this world. There are other people out there. I'm not trying to be one of those people that's like, there's all this fish in the sea. But there are other people that you'll meet that, honestly, when you meet them, you'll be like, oh my gosh, she's so much better than that other guy. Or, oh my gosh, he's so much better than that other guy, whatever. So that's what I have to say about that. Now, here's another thing, guys, that a lot of you are, and this is a hard topic. A lot of y'all are bringing up homosexuality and gays in the comments, okay? Now, personally, as a Christian, and even outside of being a Christian, I don't agree with it. I love you, but I just don't agree with it. One of my best friends when I was growing up in college was struggling with homosexuality or same-sex attraction, and it was hard. He felt like he was wrong, but the feelings were still there. And I'm sure a lot of you were there. Like, you're like, is this wrong? I don't know. I like this person, whatever. And I just don't know what to do. The biggest thing for that, guys, is like that's a sense of identity. That's just like somebody being like, oh my gosh, I feel like I need a girlfriend. It's the exact same thing in my boat. From the standpoint of like finding identity in someone else because you're lonely or whatever, or they make you laugh. Okay, like cool. A lot of people can make you laugh. They're probably, if you're a guy that likes a guy, there's probably, because he makes you laugh or because whatever, then there are girls that can do the same thing. My biggest thing is that wasn't how things were designed. There was a man and a woman created. The first two people on earth were a man and a woman because they were made to be together. The only way that people can reproduce, which is like what humans were made for, is with a man and a woman. And that is why, in my opinion, I believe that is the only kind of legitimate relationship that there is. Now, again, if you are homosexual, I love you very much. And I've had a lot of homosexual friends in my life. And I love you very, very much. But I challenge you to question why you're in your relationship. And this goes for heterosexual people too. If you like people of the opposite sex, question why you're in your relationship. Step back and question it. If it's because they make you laugh and they make you happy, whatever, then you need to step back and see, like, you need to see why you're in the relationship. Like, maybe you can't find a girl, so you're like, okay, I guess that I'm gay. I guess that if I don't like any of these girls or I don't think any of them are cute, maybe I'm supposed to go after guys. But that's just, you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of convincing yourself that if you can't find anyone, I guess I need to do this. So my biggest thing is just question it, guys, and see why you're doing it. Again, I really want to stress that I don't hate you. I love you very much. I just think that there might be a little bit of identity there that you're trying to work through and trying to figure out who you are as a person. And I understand that. I get that. Here's the last point that I'm going to talk about, guys, is timing. Many of you are just so frustrated because, like, you've been bullied for years, or someone died at the worst time possible. You've been waiting for this. You've been, etc., etc. Just know, guys, that in the grand scheme of our lives, of our 80 plus years on Earth, if we live to the average length of a human, if something takes a couple years to happen, that's not that bad in the grand scheme of your life. You know what I mean? And so I've had a lot of things that have dealt with timing. Like, the Lord provided for me the perfect girl right when I needed it. It took a while. I was looking for others, but I couldn't find any. I couldn't find anybody that really fulfilled me and made me joyful, but I finally have. And so the biggest thing I would say is patience is so key, and just trusting. Like, everything happens for a reason. And my biggest thing, guys, is pray about stuff. Even if you don't believe, pray and say, like, God, show me yourself. Or if you know somebody that's a Christian, go talk to them. If you know somebody that believes in Jesus, go talk to them about stuff. Preferably an adult. Or, I mean, you can talk to people your age, but try and find somebody who's older. I try to talk to older people, older believers, because they seem to know a lot more. So just do that, guys, and trust in timing, trust in patience, and waiting, and knowing that through that you're going to grow and you're going to be a better person for it. I tried to answer some of the broad things, guys. We're already like 20 minutes into this, 25 minutes, wow. I could do this forever. Hashtag Real Talk down below, guys. Hashtag stay positive. I love you all very much. I mean that. And I hope that you guys can get something out of this. Be nice in the comments down below. Support each other. Encourage each other. Use the comment section down below as a place where you guys can encourage each other and build each other up, right? Maybe make a couple friends online or something. But thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you all, as I said. And I will see y'all in the next episode of Real Talk, right? See you guys later. Peace.